Hey everyone, it's Thursday, which means it's time for another weekly Fortbyte. This video we're getting Fortbyte 73. You unlock it by completing 6 challenges from week 6. This video is intended to help you complete all of the weekly challenges in no more than 5 games. If it did that for you, please let me know by giving the video a like. Now let's get started. 2 challenges you'll need to worry about this week is the one that requires you to land at a different named location each match, and it takes 5 stages to complete. And the other one requires you to complete different tasks at hotspot locations, which are the named locations with gold lettering. Now at the start of a match, you have to ask yourself, do you go to a hotspot location or do you go land at one of those locations that you need to land at for the challenge? Well, if you're lucky, you can do both at once and you'll have a hotspot location also be the one you need to land at. That didn't happen for me, but I was still able to manage. I would say go to the named location you need to land at right away if it's far from the first circle in the match that you're in. But if it's in the circle or near it, then you can spend the start of the match doing time-sensitive challenges and come back to do that important step later. Make sure to quickly pick up and use a storm flip item if you see one. You need to do this in 3 of your 5 matches in order to complete one of your challenges. Both drum guns and burst SMGs count as an SMG and can be used for completing the 500 damage challenge. Another challenge to look out for is the one that requires you to get eliminations at either the block or fatal fields. This challenge is easy in a game where the circle ends up on either of those 2 spots. Personally, I was trying to get this hotspot challenge done when some dude came up and killed me. For no reason. And this can be really frustrating, but luckily the place that I needed to land at that match, Loot Lake, was in the zone, and that's also nearby the block where I need to get those eliminations. So I knocked out a few challenges by landing at Loot Lake and then taking the slipstream all the way back to the block. I ended up killing the dude twice, getting those 2 final eliminations, done with that elim challenge. I got a chest there. I didn't realize at the time that I needed to loot 3, so I only got the 2. And hopefully you don't find yourself in that same situation with this challenge. I would not recommend waiting until game 3 to complete the first step. And then anyways, I went back to Loot Lake to get some damage with an SMG, the drum gun, and I got ambushed, and then I just went off and got all 500 damage. So if you're having trouble with this challenge, just try doing that. Finally, before leaving that game, I found a drift board and I used it to go get a baller, and that completed the challenge that requires you to use 2 different vehicles in a single match. In game 3, I made sure to finally finish stage 1 of the challenge that requires you to do stuff at hotspots, and then shortly after that I completed stage 3 of the challenge that requires you to land at different places each game by landing at shifty shafts. It was around this time that I really started to worry about getting the challenge done that requires you to deal damage to a vehicle that is being driven by an opponent. It can be a little bit tricky, especially in Rumble, to get a guy who is on a vehicle that doesn't just jump off as soon as you start shooting. My moderately successful strategy was to grab a heavy sniper rifle for maximum burst damage, and then to go to the end zone and kind of just like try to get enemies to cooperate with me to get into the vehicle. And it was kind of silly and ridiculous, and I don't think one player really had a clue of what I was trying to do. I was really persistent though, and after a lot of trying, I was just honking at this no skin in a quad crasher, and they miraculously jumped in I hopped out, shot him with my heavy sniper. I didn't get any more hits in, but I was amazed it worked. Also, as you can see, the no skin freaked out after I shot the vehicle with the heavy sniper. No skin, whoever you are, if you see this, I'm sorry that I scared you. You did not understand what I was doing, but you helped me, and I thank you. Right before I left, I spotted and used another storm flip. Going into Game 4, I needed to complete Stage 2 of the Hotspot Challenge, and I also needed to complete Stage 4 of the Land at Different Zones Each Game Challenge. I finished the match by barely getting to Frosty Flight, completing Stage 4 of the 5-stage challenge. For Game 5, I only had 2 challenges left to complete. I had to land at Haunted Hills, and then also I had to get an elimination at a hotspot. Luckily, it was the same match that Mega Mall was a hotspot, and it was in the first circle, so it was really easy for me to just go there and knock it out. Hey everyone, if you completed all of the weekly challenges, you should have Fortbyte 73 unlocked, as well as the new loading screen. This week's loading screen does not contain a hidden battle star. Instead of a battle star, I think I see a Fortbyte that's hidden in the top right corner of the loading screen, near the clock tower. It wasn't available this morning, but I suspect like 2 weeks ago, this type of loading screen Fortbyte becomes available the day after the weekly challenges are released. So I'm predicting we'll be able to get it tomorrow. But that's it for this video. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. Being that this is a newer channel, every subscription and like makes a huge difference. I appreciate the support and hope to see you soon. And as always, thanks for watching.